Alright, I think I got it focused now. Okay, so today we're going to do a little bit of a different video. So life circumstances have hit the active duty outdoorsman, and soon I will be the medically retired outdoorsman. I've looked a lot online to see how much information is out there, and it's so freaking ambiguous, and it's so like, you know, here or there, this person or that person. So I figured that I want to make a video using references directly from the Navy Separations Manual and using references straight off of the VA website. This channel is intended to help Marines learn how to hunt and fish, or show them where they can go to hunt and fish. But I figured if I'm trying to help Marines do that, then maybe there's a Marine out there that might just happen to stumble across this video. If you have anybody that's going through a medical separations board, or you think that you need to go on a medical separations board, then check the video out. I know it's kind of long, but I try to do a good as job as I can to explain it. I will go ahead and say that I am not an expert in this field. I'm just trying to tell you what my experience was, and yeah. So let me know how you like the video. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe, all that good crap, or not. Just share it with somebody that may need the help. All right, Semper Fidelis. All right, let's jump right in. So, IDES system. So all that is the integrated system that they have streamlined it, where the VA and the DoD are buddies now, and they run your board continuously to save you time if you want to look at it in the aspect of getting you out as fast as you can. All right, so IDES. So this is straight off the VA website. This is the definition. All right, blah, 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 blah. Basically, it's what I said. They combine the DoD and the VA process in order to make it faster to get people out of the military, which is good if you want to. All right, so anyway, so the IDES has 4 phases, okay? So it has the medical evaluation board phase, the physical evaluation board, transition, and VA disability. They have a projected of totally taking 295 days, okay? That's not too far off, unfortunately. That's about how it is. All right, so here we go. All right, so the limb due process. All right, you got broke. Your doctor put you on limb due. Usually it's for 6 months. You got broke, or you never got better, so the Marine gets put on limb due a second time. All right, if you're in Camp Pendleton, you're going to be going to building H49 over there behind Lake O'Neill, right next to the Wounded Warriors headquarters. All right, you're going to get a bunch of copies, okay? You need to take those copies to your Personnel Administration Division or your S1, whichever you call it, all right, and leave them copies. All right, there's a limb due manager at each unit, and they have to track and report you. So that's what that paper is, and that's why it's so important. All right, so notes on limb due. Okay, some people can PT, some can't stand duty, some can do everything except chest day. Okay, the reason why I put this in this slide is because when I'm giving this to the staff NCOs and officers, I want them to understand that just because you're on limited duty doesn't mean you can't do anything. All right, so if that Marine, if you want to go PT, go PT. All right, if your limited duty paperwork says explicitly do not go PT, then don't go PT. It's that easy. All right. All right, so let's get this thing started. All right, so in the MEB process, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to go talk to a guy. You're going to be assigned called a PEBLO, okay? That's your PEB liaison officer, all right? Those guys are the guys that pretty much are going to be your information source on anything you have to ask. All right, your PEBLO is going to send you over to the VA. The VA is going to give you a questionnaire, all right? Well, they're going to take down your information, okay? They're going to ask, your dependents, your dependas. They're going to ask all about those informations, all right? So you're going to get in the mail a VA questionnaire. All right, it is extremely important that you be as painstakingly detailed as possible. All right, this is what the VA is initially going to look at. They say that they look through your jacket. I don't believe them. Okay, just straight up, I do not believe them. Um, I think what they try to do is they try to only talk to the VA doctors, and whatever the VA doctor says, that's what the that's what they go with. Okay, remember they still have to operate. Okay, they can't give every single Marine 100% disability. Okay, they have to find out where it is. So don't try to be tough. If it hurts, if it happened, report it, no matter how small. Okay, write everything down on this questionnaire. Okay, if you stubbed your toe, write it down. If you broke your toe, write it down. If you went to the doctors in boot camp because you had cellulitis on your knee, write it down. Okay, everything, 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 everything. All right, and then the most important thing is you need to make a copy of this before you go to the doctor's office. Once you give it to the doctor, it now becomes his property and you can no longer get a copy of that thing. So, like my case, I wrote down on my questionnaire that I was on 3 different types of inhalers. All right, I know I did. My dumb self didn't make a copy. I gave it to the doctors. The doctors said no medication. So now I can't prove to the VA that I told him that I was on my medication. Okay? The only thing that says I'm on my medication, of course, is my Navy jacket. But, of course, like I said, the VA does not look at that. I don't think they do. They say they do. I don't think they do. All right, let's move on. All right, so what goes to the Medical Evaluation Board or the PEB? Okay, 3 things. You're going to have your non-medical assessment. Your CO, this is the CO's perspective that Marine is unfit or fit for service. Remember, your medical evaluation board is the thing that says, hey, are you fit for service? Are you unfit or are you not fit? That's all they're looking at, okay? All right, so it's also going to have your personal statement. You need to have that in Navy letter format, 2 to 3 pages. Focus on your symptoms and how it affects you personally and professionally. All right, so if you're a motor T mechanic and you have a lower disc bulge that blew out and now you have 3 spinal vertebrae that are fused together, you're probably not going to be able to bend over and get all over that truck that you need to get. So that's what you need to talk about. Okay, you need to say like, this injury and its effects, its symptoms, affects me professionally because it prevents me from doing my job. All right, so then comes your NARSM. All right, so your NARSM is what's going to be written by your Navy medical officer. Okay, do not be afraid to talk to your Navy medical officer about what he's going to write in there. Because if he's going to write in there that it doesn't affect you and you're fine, you might want to think about the personal statement and you might want to think about your non-medical assessment. Okay, because if the doctor's even saying that you're okay, then you're okay. All right, so I didn't finish the sentence down there, but it says make sure you and your doctor are on the same page. All right, there's nothing worse than you and your doctor not being on the same page. All right, let's go else. All right, so your medical evaluation board. This is a process begins when a service member's optimum medical care. All right, so they say, hey, we can't do anything else really. Okay, so this is an informal process. Okay, you don't have to go stand in front of anybody. It's not they're not going to grill you. You're not in your pickle suit. Not happening. All right, so all these dudes do, all right, they're 3 physicians who compile, assess, and evaluate a service member's medical history and current condition as fit or unfit. Okay, again, it says that it takes your medical history into account. I don't think it does. I think they look at what you got put on your board for. The reason why I say this is because my med board, the initial look, they said that I should get a severance check and get told see you later. All right. So they said I was unfit, but they said, hey, just give him a severance check, no disability, no ratings, just bye. Okay, so moving into your PEB. Okay, your PEB, they're going to look at your VA ratings. Okay, so the VA ratings come through. They look at your informal PEB, and then, well, they look at the MEB, and then your PEB starts. Simultaneously, you have your VA stuff going on. All right, so the PEB is going to start looking at what the MEB said, and if the MEB messed it up, then they fix it. All right, so in my case, they said, okay, MEB, I don't think that's right. We're going to go ahead and give him a 30% disability for DOD, and then my preliminary VA rating came through at 60%, so they did the administrative and record thing, all right? So the formal PEB, they held another formal PEB, and they said, yep, okay, so you're going to get, we're recommending you for temporary disability retirement listing with 30% DOD disability and 60% VA. All right, so that came back, and to be completely honest with you, I said that is complete bullcrap. All right, so that's where I'm at right now. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to be going to a formal PEB. So that formal PEB, that is, I have to get in my alphas. I will fly to the Navy Yard in Washington, and I'll stand before the PEB board, and I'll have an opportunity to argue my case. All right, so that's where I'm at right now. All right, so let's go through some more of this stuff. So your informal PEB, all right, this determines your medical condition is incurred in the line of duty. All right, line of duty is so hard to explain. Okay, basically all you need to know is if you were in good standing, if you were active duty, you're most likely in the line of duty. So they can recommend, hey, you're fit. All right, if they recommend that you are fit for duty, you do not get a rebuttal. Okay, they don't give you one. All right, if you're unfit, they do give you a rebuttal. It's weird. All right, so this will identify specific unfitting medical conditions. All right, so mine says, hey, you have moderate persistent asthma. Your lungs suck. All right, it recommends separation from active duty based on disability degree. All right, remember what I said. The first MEB said that I should just get a severance check. All right, but when I went to the informal PEB, the PEB said, no, he needs disability. All right, so once they got done with the informal PEB process, they overturned what my MEB said, and they said, hey, no, this is a service-connected disability, and hey, this is what we're going to give him. All right, so they forwarded the case to the VA disability rating side, so DRAS, to determine disability range for each condition claimed. Okay, each condition claimed comes from your questionnaire. You have to fill that questionnaire out, just painstakingly detailed. Okay, painstakingly. It sucks. Okay, but just if you have to type a page and staple it to the questionnaire, do it. All right, so this is going to be what the VA goes off of. Okay, each condition is rated from 0 to 100. Results are submitted to the IPB. A rating level will be produced that explains the disability ratings. The IPB and DRAS findings are merged and submitted to the PEBLO for delivery to the Marine. All right, so that happened. That happened to me. So what they do is they do this thing called the schedules of rating. Okay, so you can look it up. Just type in schedules of rating VA. Okay, and try to find whatever ailment you have been given. Okay, you have to follow it to the T, but it's pretty easy. It'll say, you know, if Johnny went to the doctors once a month for a year and has blank amount of steroids, he gets X amount of disability. It's honestly that easy. And this is where I'm at. So what if the Marine doesn't agree? Okay, you can accept the findings of the PEB and the VA. Okay, you can just say, you know what, screw it, I'm done. I'll accept it and I'll move on. Okay, or you can do this thing called a recon. Okay, you can accept the findings of the IPB and request a one-time reconsideration of the VA rating. Okay, you can say like, all right, yeah, but I understand I'm unfit, but I'd really like the VA to take another look at my VA rating. Okay, or you can disagree with the findings and request or demand a formal physical board. All right, so I'm doing that. I'm doing the third one. Okay, because they put me on temporary, well, I won't get into it. So anyway, you can do that. So remember, your formal PEB. All Marines have the right to request a formal PEB if you were found unfit. That's the main thing right here. If you were found unfit. If you're found fit, you do not rate a formal PEB. Do not. You do not rate one. If you're found unfit, you rate a formal PEB. All right, so JAG will be assigned to the Marine. He may get private representation and will prepare a package. All right, so they're very vague about this package, okay? They literally say, oh, it needs to have, something from your command, or it needs to have something from a doctor. It needs to have new formal written determinations will be given, okay? So this supersedes the IPEB findings. And this will be final findings. So you go to the PEB, say you're unfit, and you go to the PEB and you want to argue that you're fit. All right? You need to have something from your doctor saying that you are golden, you're fine, you're good. You also need to have something from your command saying that you're a shining star, okay? You're shooting across the sky and Chesty Puller himself is going to catch you and you are going to be fine in the Marine Corps. All right, but this is going to be your final shot. All right, that's it. So they come back and say, nope, you're still unfit and you're a turd, go away. That's it. All right, so your transition phase. I don't really know too much about this phase because obviously I'm not in it. All right, so I'll just briefly touch it. So transition phase begins when appeals are finalized, VA receives all papers, DD-214, final interviews the Marine's family. VA will meet with the Marine, explain what will happen. All right, Naval IDES provides seamless transition. After all your paperwork's processed, benefits will begin within 30 days. All right, so remember, you get paid monthly. So if you get out, your EAS is going to be May 1st. Then your VA benefits should take into account on June 1st. Okay? Cool. All right, so final notes. Marines must initiate and foster good communications with their PEBLO. It is very, very, very important that you put your best foot forward when you go talk to your PEBLO and you do your research and you read all the stuff so you can speak intelligently to your PEBLO. All right, they've even said, the people that go in there and actually show interest in what's going on, they're more likely to help. All right, so Marines can initiate a petition of relief if they do not like the formal PE findings within 15 days. All right, so this is like a loophole to a loophole, okay? So your petition of relief is basically like, it's just blatantly they're not handling your case right. It hasn't been really explained to me, but that's pretty much what it is. It's basically like literally 1 second left. Alabama tries to kick a field goal and they miss it, and Davis runs the football back 109 yards and wins a touchdown. I was at that game. But anyway, all right, so permanent limited duty comes from the limited duty coordinator, not IDES, okay? That's very, very, very important, okay? If you get approved for permanent limited duty, that comes from your limited duty coordinator. Remember, like I said, you need to drop off your paperwork at S1, and they'll be able to find that dude for you. All right, so if you have questions, I will put the links to these little guys on the below. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Comment below. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like. Give me subscribe. All that goodness. Or not. Feel free to just ask me a question. I'm down to help people. If I messed anything up, if I burgered it up too bad, remember I'm not a lawyer. I got my daggum social science education degree, so I'm not a lawyer. All right, well, hey, thanks for watching. Hope it helps. Semper Fi.